Good morning and welcome to the Charity First Handicapping Challenge live from Santa Anita. Very exciting morning and so many reasons to be excited. First of all, I can't wait till next weekend. It's going to be a monster Saturday for sure here at Santa Anita. And today is the final episode of round 3. So these are our final 2 contestants. One of them will move on to the semifinals. So very excited to have both of our great guests. Good morning, Chabby. How you doing?
Hey, George. Next weekend for the semifinals. Will that be on Saturday?
It starts Friday.
Friday, okay. And then Saturday's card is going to be unbelievable. I can't wait. Another perfect weather, it looks like, in the mid-70s. And today is the Crosstown Classic. We've got Cub fan versus the White Sox fan. Yes. So there's already bad blood before we've even started, but I'm ready to go. We got 2 top handicappers today.
They really are. Whenever I think of Nicole, I always think of Chicago. They do a great job journalistically in Chicago, and they've just been, on top of the beat of Chicago. And man, I can't tell you that one of the first people I thought of when the announcement came over that Arlington Park has been sold by Churchill Downs, Nicole, really, one of the first people I thought of was you. You have the heartbeat of what's going on there. Tell me your thoughts.
I mean, I feel like here in Chicago, as much as it was a gut punch to hear that they were putting the property on the market, we kind of knew it was coming after last year when they made the comment during one of the shareholder meetings that, the land has a higher and better purpose than Arlington Park. It's like, wow. We kind of knew that the writing was on the wall. And so, there's been a lot, there's been a lot of sadness. There's grieving. I'm already just feeling weird about just what this summer is going to feel like when I'm out there every day doing my work, calling my charts. But on the other hand, there's also room for optimism here in Chicago because Hawthorne is in the middle of doing their renovation to put the casino there. And, while Arlington is heartbreaking and making us all sad, we're also rejoicing in the fact that Hawthorne is doubling down on Illinois racing and looks to be, they're in it for the long haul. And we're grateful for that.
Jim can tell you all about Hawthorne since he's there basically every day. But I have one question for you. Doesn't Hawthorne have to run like 100 days a year of harness racing? Isn't that some of the problem that they have to work out so they can't take all the Arlington dates? Does anybody know if that's correct?
Yeah, right now that's how it is. But at this Arlington thing's far from over. There's no way this is. I'm sure Churchill knows something that we don't know, but they don't own the license to the horses. So, I mean, the horsemen are going to try to buy the track. There's people going to try to buy. I mean, Churchill must know something we don't know, but, I mean, they're too big. But this is going to be ugly, I think. It'll be fun to watch. It was all a casino play, though, right? Wasn't it more of the casino license that they own a casino down the road? Right.
So they didn't put the casino.
They don't want to hurt their cash cow.
Yeah.
And that's why they won't sell as a racetrack because they don't want to give it the rights to a casino.
Right.
And at the risk of getting too far in the weeds, I remember last year at the racing board meeting after that, I think it was the dates hearing in September, there was talk about, we'll talk about moving the license, and the racing board is like, what are you talking about? It's not that simple that you can just move the license. It's tied to the property. So to see them bring that back last week was just, were you at that racing board meeting that we were all at? Because I know I tweeted basically every word that was said at that racing board meeting, and that's going to be an uphill climb.
Oh, we touched on a sore subject with us, Georgie.
No, you guys, all 3 of you, love Chicago, love the Chicago area. Arlington Park, to me, is, such an iconoclastic place. It's just so, I love Hawthorne, but when I think of Chicago racing, I think of Arlington first and how spectacular that facility is.
Beautiful, George.
It's just, hopefully somehow, I mean, I know when Hollywood Park went down, they kind of blamed it. If we had casinos, it still would have been around. So hopefully maybe with the casino tie-in, they might somehow salvage it. I don't know. Like Jim said, it looks like it's going to be a battle.
Yeah, because they could have put a casino. They chose not to. After fighting it for years and years and years, and then, like Chappie said, they had rivers, so they're like, we don't want it no more. Right. So, yeah, horsemen aren't happy. I know that.
I mean, Arlington is where I fell in love with horse racing. It was the first time that I went to the track was 2007, and then when I went from, oh, this is kind of fun to, oh, I'm obsessed and my entire life is this now, is when I went to the Million in 2011, and that's still probably the only time that a steward's decision made me feel relieved instead of throwing my program was when the Apache got taken down and I could go cash my ticket on Real Solution.
Yeah. Jim seen a million races there. Just myself, I've seen Cigar win, and no, I just went blank. Who was the big star back in the day? Oh shoot, John Henry. John Henry. So,
and Secretary was there actually. That was we were really small, but Secretary made that appearance too.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So
fantastic. Well, we got the appearance here of two spectacular members of the equine community, and I am sure that one of them, really wants to move on to those semifinals. So let me just quickly tell you the rules for you guys tuning in. Each one of our contestants are going to have $300 in mythical money to bet. They're going to bet $100 to win on one horse here at Santa Anita today. They're also going to have a $100 exacta. They can either bet straight or two $50 exactas in the same race, and a $100 in daily doubles, either a straight daily double or a part wheel, two $50 daily doubles. So let's get right to it. Nicole, we start with you with your win bet. Where are you going and why?
I am going to race 3 in my win bet. Race 3 is a maiden special weight going a mile on turf, and I'm interested in the number 3 Shvir Arbiter. And it's not a very big field, and when it's a smaller field like that, just 5 horses, I like speed. And Shvir Arbiter and Jibber Jabber have both shown some speed, but when it comes to speed, I really do trust that American sprint speed to typically outgun that Euro speed. Furthermore, Shvir Arbiter's trainer, Ian Crueljack, he's really good with stretching horses out, and I think that's what Shvir Arbiter is meant to do. Those last 2 starts since switching to the turf have been good, but Shvir Arbiter is by outwork out of a Medaglia Doro mare who won at 2 turns on the grass. This is what Shvir Arbiter should be doing, and that's where I'm going to win.
All right, Shvir Arbiter, the small field. You got Taddeo aboard for Ian Crueljack, which is Eric Crueljack's son, and both of those guys are so nice. It's so easy to root for them, and man, have they done well with bombs, with good horses. This has been a really exciting meet for the Crueljacks, so hopefully they'll keep it going with Shvir Arbiter. Chappie?
Yeah, I had that. My notes were send today on Shvir Arbiter. So, Jim, where are you going with your $100 and why?
First off, it's nice to actually be playing against somebody that's not just picking chalk, 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 chalk. I'm going to the last race because I still want to have a chance. Because I'm not real high on my bets, so I'm figuring I'm going to go for the 9th race. I'm taking the 6th. And it's just hopefully he keeps improving, and it's a bad bunch of favorites. So I know it'll be a price, and I'll still be alive, hopefully.
All right, so
in front of me.
Eric Crueljack there at 8-1. The 6 Kind But She Lies, and 8-1 for Tyler Bass aboard. Hopefully, improvement again. And Jim, once again, always price shopping, which I like with Mr. Bennis, and he's one of the best there is.
He certainly is. There is a key scratch in that race for you guys tuning in that don't know. Number 2, Whistler Style, the favorite with Flavian Pratt, the other Crueljack. So that's kind of interesting. Is scratched out of the race, and they remain with Kind But She Lies. All right, before we get to your exacta pick, Nicole and Jim, we are looking for a monster day on Saturday. It was announced that we're going to have a mandatory payout on the pick 6. Last time we had that, it was over $6 million. So, we're not sure what it's going to be, but it's certainly going to be in that neighborhood, I would assume. And one of the big reasons is the great job that Chris Merce has been doing in our racing office. Each race that day, they're going to add $15,000 to the purse of each race. So those fields are going to attract a lot of entries. Plus, they're going to have a $1 million Wild West bonus if you win the Santa Anita Handicap, the Hollywood Gold Cup, and you go on and win the Pacific Classic. You get $1 million bonus. So if you win all three, you get $1.87 million. There's already been tremendous industry excitement about this, and I understand there's going to be dozens of horses invading California from other states. So it's going to be a monster day, and Chappie, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, like you said, it looks like we're getting quite a few horses shipping in, and should be full fields and 15% hike bonus in the purses in every race that day. So it should be a wonderful day. Can't wait.
Okay, so I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Even bonuses to these horses winning the thing, which Baffert has a good chance at happening. Why don't they give bonus to the tournament players?
Well, you win too much, Jim.
That's not true anymore. Whoever it might be. But I'm saying that's what they need. They need the gamblers, don't they? They need to give to the gamblers as much as they do the horse owners.
Yeah, no question about it.
You will bring it up. That's an excellent idea. I love that idea. And I think that if we have some sort of a bonus for any series, let's say, within the scope of either the Stronach Group or Santa Anita, I think it's a wonderful idea. Jim, we will definitely bring that up. Wonderful. Nicole, exacta time. And we're going to take the lead early. Where are we going and why, and which Cruel Jack runner are you picking for the exacta? No.
Yeah, you're definitely right. As far as trying to go early, I'm doing my exacta in race 1. It's a starter optional, $25,000, non-winners of 2, going 6.5 on the turf. Taking a little shot, putting Sig Alert in that box. There were some expectations once that he clearly hasn't quite run to, because now he's 4 years old, dropping in for a tag for the first time. But trying turf for the first time, even though Street Sense on top is a little bit dirt, his dam has produced a turf horse who liked this kind of distance. And looking back, he didn't run too bad in that one other than optional 40 back in January of last year, going 6.5 on the dirt, off a pretty long lay. So I like the 6.5 for a long distance. I like the trying the turf. John Sadler can get a rested horse ready to go. So I think Sig Alert has a good chance to surprise a few people and finish in that exacta. And I'm doing him in the exacta with the number 7, Bench Judge. Bench Judge has been close in his last 3, including a couple of starter allowances, and now drops in class from that starter optional 50 or 40 down to the starter optional 25. I like that he's versatile enough to work a trip. He's got some speed, but doesn't have to be on the front end. And I also like that Flavian Prat is riding Bench Judge just because he's riding lights out for Peter Miller. So for my exacta, I'm doing a box in the first with the number 2 Sig Alert and the number 7 Bench Judge.
All right, Bench Judge. Pratt's got 2 scratches. He's off 2 favorites are scratched today, and both of them were ridden by Pratt. So he might have some extra incentive to get Bench Judge out. And let's hope that Sig Alert doesn't crash. Chappie?
I like that one, George. All right. Let's go, Jimmy. Where are we going with our exact and why?
Exacta race, race 4. We're going to be boxing the 1-5. The 1, I'm assuming to be a huge favorite, and I'm hoping the 5 gets loose on an easy lead and maybe holds them off, but if not, stay second.
All right, so Motown Music 9 to 5 on the morning line. Blinkers off today for Mark Glatt. Has run a couple bang-up races, and then Dr. Trautman, like he said, we know right there, Maldonado up. They're sending for Papa Padromo. George Papadromo's had some tough beats, George. He's due for a win.
Yeah.
And I know he likes to put it through the windows, and he's had some killer beats lately. So hopefully Dr. Trautman keeps going, and a nice price there at 8-1 for Mr. Bennis.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to our daily double, one of the big races on Saturday, and one of the ones I'm certainly looking forward to, is the San Vicente, as Bob Baffert is going to be San Felipe, right? That Bob is going to be sending out. Life is Good. Now, Life is Good's last race had me in a conundrum. Nicole, did he stop? Did the jockey just say, I got this wrapped up? it was a confusing race to try to foresee the future. What do you think of Life is Good?
I'm in that same boat as you. I'm not completely sure what to make that last race by Life is Good. Maybe there was a little confidence there. Maybe he was just playing around. Either way, it's not. Would I be surprised if he runs big next out? No. But am I keen to take a short price on him? No. That's definitely a race where I'm looking forward to seeing how it shakes out, seeing who else is in there, and seeing if there's any horse that I'm definitely going to get a better price on than Life is Good to try and beat him.
Yeah. Jimmy, what are your thoughts?
What are your thoughts, Jim?
It's out of my league. I like claimers.
I think, George, that Life is Good is the most talented horse in Baffert's barn right now. Interesting, Medina's Spirit for Baffert is also going to run in that race. I don't think Medina's Spirit is as talented as others in there, but Medina's Spirit likes to fight. So, but I think Life is Good is ultra talented. We'll see what happens. This is the second time around 2 turns, so should be a big race.
Yeah, Medina was impressive last time. The way that horse was dug in the stretch, that was.
I do really like the fight Medina Spirit has. I love a horse with some fight.
Yeah, like a Silver Charm type of battler.
I thought for sure Medina Spirit was beat that day. I was like, when they came up, Hot Rod Charlie, and I was like, all right, they're going to go right by this one. That Medina Spirit kept on going, and after the race, really galloped out really nicely as well. So that's the one that came in second to Life is Good. So I can't wait for that race. It's one of the races I've been looking forward to. So, and of course, I'm looking forward to Saturday, and I'm looking forward to hearing who you like in the Daily Double, Nicole.
All right, the Daily Double, we're going to start in race 7. Now, these aren't horses I'm using in the Daily Double, but I want to preface race 7 by saying I really don't envy Frank Miramati at all for having to call a race with horses named both Castle and Castle Gate. That said, I don't think that's going to be a problem for him coming to the wire because I like the number 8, Blackout. There's a lot of horses who I find a little suspicious in here, but Blackout, he's turf sprinting for the first time since winning at this level 3 back, so I feel like he's getting back to his right game, going short on the turf. He's got some tactical speed to sit off a pace that's probably going to be hotly contested by this melange of turf sprinters and 1,000-yard dirt types at Los Al. And 6 furlongs, he's won going 6 before at Woodbine. 6 on the turf is a weird little distance that not every track runs, so I do like seeing a pinch of that 6 furlong form from Woodbine. And again, Flavien Prat. I like Flavien Prat. So second off the lay, it's Blackout for me in the 7th. And then going into race number 8, the Tisnow Stakes, a mile on the dirt for the Calabreds. Fashionably Fast is the defending champ. He's a stretch-out sprinter. And again, same sort of angle that I'm using in that maiden race for my win bet. Just speed in a short field. I think he gets a clean forward trip from the outside. He got a tune-up in that Cal Cup sprint, should be even fitter. Tiago Pereira does so well for the Dean Peterson barn. And even if Surfing Star or Margot's Boy maybe tries to give Fashionably Fast a little something early, he's won on a contested pace before, and I do think he leads at every call.
Is that going to be a straight Daily Double then? $100?
Straight Daily Double. Yep. No malarkey, no monkey business.
No malarkey.
Just Blackout into Fashionably Fast.
All right. I'd love to see Fashionably Fast back in the winner's circle. That runner, he's just a win machine. Hasn't won the last 2 races, but I think he's back with his friends. And I think, and I love Dean Pedersen. He's one of my favorites. Chappie Dino is so nice to everybody here. Not every trainer's nice. Dino's always so nice. I love that guy. And
a very good horseman, underrated. Very good,
really good horseman, and so happy to see him had such great success. He really campaigned this one very good, and hopefully we'll see him back in the winner's circle. Chappie?
Yeah, and I think the last time that kind of a hunch play there, because the last time Jim Bennis came out, I think I did black out after the races when we went to the out in Pasadena, but that's for another day. Jim, where are we going with our double ride?
We're going right to the first race. We're doing a $50 part wheel, the 5-7 in the first. With the 4 was supposed to be the play because I got the phone call from a good source. The 4 was a cinch in the second. But unfortunately, Tyler told me the 4 was scratched in the second.
You scratched.
So now we have gone to the 5-7 in the first and a 1 in the second.
Woo!
Once again, we got karma chance for the bonus of getting past that 1,000. So the double should pay. The 1's going to be a price. But I got to get through the first to begin with. It's a wide open race, I think. But the 7, the 7's going to be one of the favorites with Miller and Pratt, obviously. But the 5's a big price. So just hoping to get lucky.
And in that second race, Jim, maybe Gabby Hayes with Jessica Pfeiffer sends, but there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of speed. I think Stone River's sending, aren't you? Stretching out.
Exactly. On the rail, you only have one choice.
Yeah.
So you just hope he goes and Jessica leaves it alone and gets Bull on the lead.
Everybody else is kind of a deep closer, so we'll see what happens with Jessica, but not a lot of speed. And once again, my man Jim Bennis taking prices all along the way. That's why we love him, and that's why he cashes big tickets, Georgie.
He is definitely one of the best, no question about it. I vividly remember seeing him with that $750,000 check. It was great. It was like, Jim Bennis, look at him. He's like, what?
I was definitely not doing no dance.
No. I was doing the dancing for you. I was very happy for you.
Yeah, well, is it tiebreaker time, George?
Oh, tiebreaker time. Hey, that's our time. And what race are we going to, Chappie? I forgot.
We are going to the 6th race. So if you guys want to take a look at the 6th race for the tiebreaker. All right, Georgie. Let's see 3 days in a row if we don't tie here. Ready? 1, 2. You got it.
I got it. All right, Nicole, you go
Paper
first.
covers rock. I'm glad you won that. I'm breathing a sigh of relief because there's only one horse I liked much in this maiden 20, and that is the number 2 Count Alexi. The first time maiden special to maiden claimer dropper in the field, the only one who's making that drop for the first time. He's got some speed, some pedigree chance to handle the dirt, and ran well enough on debut to allay my fears a little bit of both the layoff and, he did well enough in that race too that I've got some, he might get some company from Stir the Pot early, but I think he's going to be able to handle it even off the lay. It's Count Alexi for me on the class drop.
All right, so Count Alexi going to be on the engine early. Jimmy, who we got in our tiebreaker?
I
wish I could talk as well as you do. I just like to say the thing. You explain everything.
Public speaking is my jam.
I hate the race. I disagree with you that I just think there's so much pace in a race. So I'm going to go with the 10. Huge layoff, but I don't know. I like taking prices even when it's I don't care. I'm going with the 10. Hopefully all the speed falls over, and that's one of the horses that keeps coming in.
All right.
We'll never disappoint.
There, Jim, but he's got the 10 as our tiebreaker. 15 to 1 morning life for Paul Geary.
I think I'm just getting a little drunk looking at the name of the 10. Guinnessy? That sounds like dropping a shot of Henny and some Guinness.
Yeah.
I think that went along with Blackout the last time when Jim was in.
Yeah. It's a good parlay.
We got a theme going here.
And then it'll be Arrivederci Roma after that. All right, thank you. You guys, both of you were very entertaining, very insightful, some great picks, and we love you guys both. Thank you so much, and thank you guys for watching us. Don't forget, next Saturday, it's just going to be a monster day. Please, we're going to have a charity first handicapping challenge early that day, 2 hours before post time. So whatever post time is, we'll start 2 hours earlier. All the bets are going to be in there, especially that mandatory pick 6 payout, the golden hour double, the golden hour pick 4. Our pick 5s are probably going to pay great as well. So just a monster day. We're expecting huge fields. Once again, hats off to Chris Merce, who's just did a phenomenal job in the racing office. And we're expecting a big day Saturday. One of you guys is going to move on to the semifinals, which is going to be either next Friday or Saturday for you guys. And then the finals is Sunday. So it's going to be coming at you hot and heavy here. Chappie?
Yeah, I'm looking forward today. Like we said, once again, two great handicappers. So very insightful. Nicole explains a little bit more, but Jim he just comes with winners. He doesn't have to talk. And Nicole, just remember one thing: win or lose, Chicago's always a Cubs town.
Not the South Side.
Appreciate it, you guys. Have a great one. We thank you for your time today.
Thank you.